may have been conditioned to it, but we have no excuse now. We may have said slavery happened and these things, but at this point, we can't blame the white man for the choices that we make.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm sorry, I just wanted to shake your hand.
Your actions are not aligned with your intentions.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if this is the type of guy that you say, this is the type of man that you say you want to be, then you need to pull your pants up. You need to put a belt on. You need to tie your shoes up and stuff like that. Stuff that, like you said, it's supposed to start in the house, but the household ain't got that structure with the male figure there.
Maybe I don't gotta look at this person as competition. Maybe this person is more of a resource to me. Then we could go a lot further and come together more and see the value in each other more than just, oh, you know what? Oh, this is my opposition, or you know, this is this or that. We can start coming together more and supporting each other more, because that's what we really need.
Yeah. If I ask him, man, he gonna seem like I needed him or something like that, you know? And like, no, bro, you just don't know it. I mean, you don't say that to the teacher when you know that. I don't want the teacher to know it. I don't know it. You just learn it, bro. It's the same thing. Everybody knows something different. If you are stupid enough not to learn, then you already lost. Let's go.
To Mr. Silent Sound, man.
Silent Sound, what's going on, boss?
Appreciate it.
Long time coming.
The creator, the creator of the Silent Conversations podcast. He's now a black author. Come on now.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Independent.
Published. And it's just so much greatness, man. So it's a long time coming. We know this. Me and Paul know him, but Paul know him from childhood.
Yeah,
I know him from middle school. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a long time coming. I love to see the growth.
Yeah.
And to me, y'all will see why. But I call him a wordsmith. So
I like it.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what we gonna dive into today. Go ahead, introduce yourself to the people, Mr. Silent Sound.
Indeed. So I appreciate y'all letting me on the platform.
No
as always, it's good to link up with some good brothers. I'm Silent Sound. I represent Silent Sound, I should say. I'm not Silent Sound myself, but that's what I represent. Yeah. We'll get into that as we get into the podcast. But my name is Wes. What I specialize and what I focus on is self-development. We're developing ourselves so that we can become a better community. So we can't do that unless we work on ourselves. So that's what the biggest thing about what I build and what I'm working on and what I try to provide is helping us all inspire to start working on ourselves so we can build a better community.
There you
Let's
go.
go.
I like that. I like that monologue. I like monologues. I like the intro. I like it.
Yeah, like it. We just cut to it.
Yeah, man, introduce. Talk a little bit. Get them warmed up. So what we talking about today, fellas? So we jumping in.
Do men need men? For real though, it's the importance of brotherhood. Do men need men? I think we all agree that only men could really raise men. You need male leadership in order to learn how to lead as a man. So do men need men?
Yes.
I agree 100%. Men need men, women need men, and we have to get a beginning of something, and I think men is where we have to step up so that other people can follow suit. So that's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think the biggest problem is that men don't understand that they need men.
Absolutely.
And that's the problem.
Absolutely.
I don't think it's people thinking that now is just men are being I don't be like a victim Olympics, but men are being thrown down and not seeing the value of what they bring to the world right now, because I think the world is so civilized that they don't see the strength and what is needed in a man. Past the money, past the flashy things, the items. It's just the essence of what a man actually does for the world and what he does to build communities.
Correct.
It's vital, and some people argue it's the most valuable thing on earth is for men to be around and to teach and to grow.
Yeah.
So some people argue that,
Especially in our community.
Yeah, I definitely think we need to come together and form more of a brotherhood, a community.
Yeah.
And I think as we start to do that, I think one of the things we got to learn how to do is sometimes take a step back. If you're not an expert in a certain area, it's okay to learn from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have to be in competition with everybody that you come up against. You know what I'm saying? Like it's enough space where y'all can help each other get to where y'all need to go, because everybody has different objectives and goals that they're trying to reach. We can all help each other get to where we need to go. You know what I'm saying? And I think the more we start to understand that like, maybe I don't gotta look at this person as competition. Maybe this person is more of a resource to me. Then we could go a lot further and come together more and see the value in each other more than just, oh, you know what? Oh, this is my opposition, or this is this or that. We can start coming together more and supporting each other more, because that's what we really need.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, FMF Mob? What's good, yo? Hey, I want to thank y'all for all the subscribers that we got. We clicked over 100 subscribers, but we looking, man, we need more support. So y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button at the bottom. Make sure you like the videos and keep showing us support. Y'all take care.
That's what we really need.
Absolutely. I mean, even to speak on what you're saying, value ourselves more. When you talk about brotherhood, it's hard to be brothers with somebody that you don't see as a brother, or you don't see yourself as valuable to have a brother. So if you don't know what to do with that value, you don't know what to do with that resource, it really will be looked at as a savage, or you'll be seeing something that's useless because you can't do nothing with anything that's valueless. So I think brotherhood starts with valuing yourself, as we talk about self-development, but we can't see each other as one if we don't value ourselves. So I think that's
absolutely.
I highly agree, and my issue is the pride. Like all of that it's the pride. You want to be number one. You want to be seen. You want to be when it comes to leadership, you think that leadership only means that you are head of the pack.
Right.
That is not. That's only one form of leadership. That's not it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's FMF. We all lead in our areas, but we're all leaders. You know what I mean? And we've all learned from one another. We all support one another. And with that type of support, they won't let me stop. Let me tell you. Like, they talk about, like, yo, he working. But that's because of how much y'all working. I can't sit back, like.
Ain't no relaxed time.
There ain't none.
Ain't none.
And it's beautiful because we.
Nope.
I'm here. What's up, man? Nah, we got work to do.
Correct.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? It is beautiful because we are all progressing. This man is now monetized on YouTube.
Yeah, man, subscribe. Subscribe to that joke, man. I appreciate y'all.
How many subscribers you got now, G?
Man, I'm almost 10,000.
Almost 10K,
Almost 10,000, man. We doing our thing, man.
Yeah.
Strong,
Make people
bro.
fitter, man.
That's
Healthier.
what I'm talking about. Yeah, him, he's been self-employed for over 2 years now.
Yeah, work for yourself.
You know what I'm saying?
Wonderful thing, man.
Like I said, he got the podcast and he on YouTube, and first thing he did was he called my brother, like, y'all been out here, y'all been doing it. You got any? Hell yeah, bro. And see, that's the thing, is we don't want to reach out to ask for help because of the I hate using the word, but it's the stigma behind it. You think that because you ask for help that it's a sign of weakness. No. This is actually a sign of strength because you can't solve a problem that you don't acknowledge. And if you can go directly to somebody who has already overcome this obstacle to get the information, then you'll get past that obstacle so much faster. Instead of, I'm going to do it myself. No, I'm going to figure it out. That independent mindset is taking us out more than... You know what I mean?
Especially now in this day.
Especially now. You want to do everything from the ground up, from the bottom to the top. Like, bro, for one, you didn't start from the bottom, for one. Two, like, acknowledge the things, we talk about generational. The things that our generation has set up and put in place, let's use them.
That's the whole point.
That's the whole point.
Absolutely.
But no, we want to glorify that we did it on our own. We got it out the trenches.
I can't stand that, man.
Like, yo, that doesn't progress us. That ain't nothing but ego.
Correct.
You know what I mean? That's feeding your mentality instead of actually building the community. So let's get rid of the pride as brothers, you know? And my emphasis on it starts with the communication, talking to one another. Because once you're able to talk to one another, now we're able to trust one another. And once we're able to trust one another, now we're able to build with one another. So
that makes a lot of sense. I like that phrase. Y'all heard it. Ain't no fun unless the homies get some. I'm not talking about them sweet, watery, warm stuff. Y'all think I'm talking about? Not that sweet, watery, juicy stuff. I'm not talking about that stuff. I said stuff. He said wall. I'll let y'all hear that.
No, I said water.
You know, watery. You know, warm. You know what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about that stuff. What I'm really talking about. See, there you go. I ain't talking about that. When I say ain't fun, let the homies get some, meaning that. See, I'm not doing it this time. See,
you start. He always started.
All I do is I said I won't talking about it. Why y'all gotta do me like that? I'm just letting people know. I ain't talking about that.
Everything you talking about this.
But when I say it ain't fun unless the homies get something, meaning what my mind's saying is I don't want to be the only one making money. That's not living life to me. I want to be able to get to a point when I'm making money and I'll be like, oh dang. I'll be like, baby, I'll tell my wife, yo, baby, I see this jaunt, this cruise, we going to Alaska and I want to go. Well, yeah, go ahead, go tell the fellas. I want to be able to call it, yo, Trey, yo, Silent, yo, hey, we going to Alaska next week. You down? Yeah. Well, how much you need? That's all I want to hear y'all say. Yeah. How much y'all need? I want to have guys around me making money. I don't want to be the only one making money. That's whack. That's stupid to me. I want everybody to have a good podcast, get on them, have good businesses. I can go to them because that's what the other people do. I'll be playing golf. They be able to talk to a guy. And they may be like, man, I don't know what to do with my own family. I want to make sure I have some life insurance. I'm like, oh dang, my boy, he do $1 million insurance every year. He know what he doing. Let me give you his number right now. Bam. It's helping each other. That's how you build a community of strong men. He got money, he got his family, he got money, he making his family, we come together. That means that at one point, I want to be able to have my daughter, I want her to be with a guy that's, that had a good father, that made sure they had everything all together, but that couldn't probably happen because his dad maybe didn't have good friends around him. It all stumbles down and has stairs. If you don't have a good brotherhood around you, you don't have a good family. So you got to have a good, good crew around you. I'm all about having a good crew, man.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, and just to go back on family, so we know right now, as of 2021, in our community, we talking about 67% are in a single parent household. We're talking about 64% of those are fatherless child.
Yeah.
So when you lose that structure that a man brings into your life, you then look for that structure outside. So then a lot of our community go to street fraternities, we go to gangs, we go to we sign up for fraternities, we sign up for societies in different orders in order to find something that you're supposed to have at home. So when we talking about brotherhood and we want to advance as a community, we have to step up as men to fill the void where other men may have made mistakes, where we may not be their father, but we all are father. In African society, everybody is a man is a father to a child because it takes a village, as they say, to raise a child. So we have to get back to that family order. And I think back we talked about earlier about an individualistic mindset that we have. That may have been conditioned to us, but we have no excuse now. We may have said slavery happened and these things, but at this point, we can't blame the white man for the choices that we make.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm sorry, I just want to just shake your hand. Just thank you, the man who said that. Thank you, finally. I knew I was crazy. I knew I was going crazy. I knew it. Hey.
I want to throw this question out to y'all. Do you feel like us as men, we don't reach out to other men because we're like intimidated or we worry too much about what they might think about us if we ask? Do y'all feel like that might be part of the issue too?
We don't know how. You said communication. We don't know how to communicate.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's the FMF mob right here. We got the finance, we got the mindset, we got the fitness, and we want to shout out the lab. This space is owned by James. And this guy, man, he opened up this spot to us. It's an amazing place, man. It got exposed brick. You can kind of look in there and see a little bit. Got the DJ equipment, everything you need to get your photograph needs, podcast, anything you can think of, man.
They parties in the zone too.
Oh yeah, they do the
vendor
parties
spot,
too.
recreational type spot. It's a great location right here in Richmond, in the Churchill area, for you to be able to come together, put your parties, assemble all that type of good stuff together, and just come and check it out. Plus, it's black owned.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Black
Yes.
owned. So support your people. We definitely, FMF, support the lab. We love the lab.
Yes.
All right. Y'all take care.
It's childish. I mean, that makes you. Most people are childish when they do that. Like they seem like if I ask him, man, he gonna seem like I needed him or something like that. You know, and like no, bro, you just don't know it. I mean, you don't say that to the teacher when you know that.
Yeah.
I don't want the teacher to know it. I don't know it. You just learn it, bro.
You know what I mean?
It's the same. It's the same thing. Everybody knows something different. If you are stupid enough to not to learn, then you already lost. It just don't make no sense. It don't make no sense at all. I don't get that.
And plus, another thing is we don't like giving credit. Now again, going back to that, I did this on my own. No, actually, you had like certain people behind you. You had a whole team behind you, but this is me. This is what I built. This is mine. Like, okay. Like, dog. Like, that didn't do nothing for...
It didn't do nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then everybody that helped you is like, what the fuck? Like, you know, what? I ain't contribute. Correct. You know what I'm saying? So, give credit where credit is due. I stay to all of my guys, I tell them, look, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you that I see you, I support you, I see what you're doing. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, every time that I show some type of appreciation to another guy, and he ain't did nothing, he just doing what he's supposed to be doing for him. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that you steadfast and focus on yours, that made me want to be more focused on me. Correct. You know what I'm saying? So it motivated me. I can't hate on you. You know what I'm saying? If I was just sitting back and stagnant and not doing nothing and you was moving and I felt some type of way, that's hate. That's jealousy. You know what I'm saying? Right. I can't sit with a spirit of jealousy. I need to do something. You know what I mean? So, for one, get rid of that spirit of comparison, and then you'll be able to have a conversation. It's business that you comparing yourself to this other guy and you see yourself less than. Now you feel as though you're inadequate. You can't approach this guy until you get at least to that level. No, you're supposed to approach that guy so that you can get to that level. And let me tell you, those who are successful in anything want to show the next person how to be successful. So anytime somebody come to me like, yo, like, how did you? Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I ain't stingy with the info because I want to see you win. You know what I mean? I want to see my brothers flawless. Like, I want to see these guys attain the goals that they have. Right. And the stuff that I see that you're doing is great to me. And I know that you just at step one of your goals. You know what I mean? So imagine how further you can be pushed. You just needed this little bit of information that I got because I'm still learning. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is just something that I tried. It didn't work. Okay, here's something, you know what I'm saying, that I tried. Right. Try it. If it don't work, what did you do? I want to know too. You know what I mean? Let's share the info. You know what I mean? Let's bridge that gap and get rid of that BS, man. Yeah. It's pride, bro.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And then we look at conditioning, of course. You know, we're kind of programmed to a degree if you want to sign up for it. Because at this point, it's our choice if we want to be oppressed or not. Because there's too much opportunity. It's at a point now where if they made a plan that would say it's going to last 300, 400, 500, all right, we've exhausted that time. So now it's time for a new plan. So if you still signed up to that old plan, that's your choice. But part of brotherhood, finding like-minded individuals who have the same interest, religion, or trait. That's where the definition comes from. So if you don't have any common interests with individuals, y'all not making the same type of choices, y'all don't have the same ambition or goals, then that's not technically your brother in a sense. But we still have to look at those who may be ignorant to what their interests and things that they're looking at. They're still our brother. We got to teach them, like you're saying. We'll be just like the oppressor if we will hold out the information. So if we're not sharing it, whether they retain it, it resonate or not, we still have to share that information because the blood will be on our hands just as if it's on the oppressor.
Thank you, bro. That's why I said accountability starts with us.
Yes, sir.
It starts with us. So just as much as I hold myself accountable, I hold the next man accountable.
Yes, sir.
And it's been many, especially in management positions, it's been many young men, I ain't gonna say boys, but the boys too, but it's been many young men who are still developing, who's still trying to learn what type of man that they're gonna be, and the things. And I'm like, I could have a conversation with you, and then I see your actions. Your actions are not aligned with your intentions.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if this is the type of guy that you say, this is the type of man that you say you want to be, then you need to pull your pants up. You need to put a belt on. You need to tie your shoes up and stuff like that. Stuff that, like you said, supposed to start in the house, but the household ain't got that structure with the male figure there. And then with the rebelliousness of that, you know, it's a rebellion when you didn't come from male authority, and then a male gives you authority. You want to lash out. I told y'all that initial reaction is anger. You know what I'm saying? You want to lash out, and it's just because you're confused. You don't realize that this guy is actually just trying to tell you something to better yourself. Right. I heard a guy, my line now is people be like, how you doing? And if I'm like exhausted and stuff, I say, I can complain, but I won't. And it was an old guy who said, yeah, because if you complain, I got my own problems. What I need to hear about you complaining?
Right.
He said his father taught him, if you got something to complain about, do it on your knees. But he was talking about talk to God. He was talking about talk to God about it. That's the only one who cares about your problems. Everybody got their own problems. Yeah. So just sitting around and complaining about a problem ain't gonna do nothing. But being able to talk and learn, then you'll be able to find something that you could attach to it, something that you could do about a problem. You can find a solution through communication. You know what I mean?
So I got you know what? Let's go to a commercial. We right back, man. We're gonna heat it up.
Shine. Get your shine on.
Get your shine on, shout it.
Yeah. Hey, I put this on. I put it on everywhere. Booty cheeks, kneecaps, underarms. I got the vanilla right here. Usually, I got the lavender one. It helped me sleep good. 'Cause I be sleeping like this, and I can smell it off my hands. I'm trying to tell you, feeling good. Y'all better rock with this.
Right.
It's that vanilla. Yeah.
Listen, man, we ain't being ashy no more. Hygiene.
Yeah.
Hygiene is important. You need to get your shine. It's hydrating. It's light. It lasts all day. You don't got to use a lot, and it's good from face to foot.
Historically, I don't really use lotion or nothing like that because I'm like in a hybrid, light skin, in between dark skin motherfuckers. Coming back from vacation, I'm a little sunburnt. So I needed something to get my skin back right because I'm feeling like a reptile right now. So I'm gonna get this baby going on when I get home.
Oh, and look, you gotta shine on, everybody. Look, I got like 4 cases. I got a bunch of cases. And I got the big jar too. That's old school. Y'all don't even know about that. He don't even got those no more. But look, I'm telling y'all, this shine is amazing. Help with eczema, clear your skin up, all of that great stuff. So you don't want to miss out on this shine, man. Make sure y'all go get y'all a bottle of this.
All natural ingredients.
Absolutely.
Yep. Where they can find it?
So you can find this at shinecareproducts.com. Let them know that we sent you. Use the code FMF20, get you a discount.
Got to. So, I won't say it's pushback, but what do you think that as far as men being accountable for men, is there a fine line when it comes to what you check and what you can't check, or is there a fine line before I make my other point?
I feel like that's a discussion to be had. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's like family or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, at least for me, I'm gonna ask you like, what do you want? What are you looking for? Where you trying to get to? And then all I'm gonna do is just bring it up to you. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, we grown men. You get the right to make whatever decision that you want to make. You know what I'm saying? All I do is offer my opinion or my thoughts. And then after that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, really, you can't make nobody do nothing anyway.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So that's more so what I mean, or what I think about that.
More so, for me, if it goes against my own morals and standards, then yeah, I'm gonna check you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna put your hand on your woman in front of me. You know what I'm saying? What happens behind closed doors, it doesn't make it right, but I'm not in your household, I'm not in your family, I'm not, in your relationship or marriage. So I can't tell you what to do in your house. You know what I mean? But you're not gonna put your hands on your woman in front of me. Something like that, yeah.
I thought you rock with Kevin Gates, man.
Yeah, he's developed from that. He's developed from that.
Hey, I want to be like G for a second, yo.
Yeah, I just saw his interview the other day.
No. But is it alright if she put her hands on him? Do you check that too?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Hell yeah. Don't put your hands on that man if you don't expect. Whoever lay hands, you should expect it in return. Don't give to others what you can't take.
That's what he said in the interview. I said
Don't
he
give
was
to
wild.
others what you can't take. So we more in sync than I thought because
I said,
he
went a little bit too far on that. He said something like what's the other dude that be the Breakfast Club? I think he said he was like, what do you think about women? You shouldn't hit women. He said me. He said, shoot, if anybody hit me, he was like, shoot, they better pray. So he was saying, bro, if anybody disrespect me, he don't care if it's a one-man kid. He's like, bro, anybody put their hands on me, shoot, it's fair game.
Don't put your hands on me.
Yeah, I ain't with that.
Because if you're,
I think it depends on the situation.
I think it's situational.
Yeah, I can't say that I'm knocking people out.
Right.
I can't do that.
But if it's a life-threatening situation, I'm getting up out of there. You know what I'm saying?
But I want to draw past for we were going the other way. As far as what I was asking when it comes to like saying that you held accountable for all men, meaning I had a discussion with somebody and I was like, I don't say me word for word. I may change my mind on this, no telling. Because I'm all for family and I'm all for us, being better men.
Yeah.
I said something in a way that somebody they felt disrespected on it. I said I didn't want to hang with this certain guy because he had, I think, like 4 baby mamas.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the character of him doing that. Or just keep playing and they ain't having a father. He said that he don't even take care of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So does it come in the right realm where we as men, we should be starting to check some of these men that not really progressing our community, kind of messing up our community?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. I thought I was out the wrong because I ain't want to deal with men like that.
But
I don't hang with men like that do that.
Yeah. I think it's more so a check. When it comes to me, when it comes to guys, I'm more confrontational. Mm-hmm. So if I'm gonna check you, I'm gonna check you. Removing my presence, that's more so for females. Excuse me, women. Mm-hmm. That's more so for women than it is for the guys. For the guys, I'm more confrontational.
No, don't even go. Don't even bait it. Nothing.
Why do you think I'm going to start something all the time, man?
I already know, yo. He be asking loaded questions.
I just be asking questions, man. I just be asking stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, simple questions.
You trying to throw up alleys and stuff,
What you think?
Hey, man.
I mean, when we think about a man, we have to then understand what a man is. And a lot of times we talk about male activities, like just people who are in the gender of male. Mm-hmm. We're not talking about men. A man is going to handle a situation the way a man is going to handle it, and he's going to use discretion. So there's a range of what your check is going to be. Like you're saying, you handle men or males one way, and you handle women or females one way. That's discretion. But then even with those specific types, you still have a range, because how you handle an 18-year-old male and how you handle a 42-year-old male still is going to be different based off of what the reaction is. But I think as a man, you develop discernment within yourself to say, what is my reaction going to be and what's the result after I do that? Because not everything is going to demand the same level of action, because you know what's going to come back in return. So I think as a man, you're going to think first logic, reason. You're not going to think emotional. When we talk about anger and we talk about resentment and we talking about feeling betrayed, now we feeling into our feminine side, because now we're reacting, not responding. We want to respond to a situation. We don't want to react to a situation. So like if you see a man slap a woman in front of you, your first reaction is, I got to go slap this man. But your reasoning need to come in and say, if I slap this man back, what is it that's going to transpire to this whole situation? Right. I need to figure out what's the right approach to de-escalate this situation, then handle it versus just reacting. We got to respond to what's going on around.
This dude is a wordsmith, y'all.
Yeah,
a wordsmith, man.
I don't know if I put that man against smack. Part of me is like, I ain't got nothing to do with it.
I mean, technically you don't.
You alone?
I'm being honest. I'm
You're
not,
a lone wolf,
maybe not allowed
bro.
to say this, but I don't know. My first reaction is I'm gonna go help. I don't
But
know.
what if it's a little boy and a little girl watching that man slap that woman? Someone has to make an
I
example.
think more circumstances than
You know?
And that's what, I think that's what you was talking about. Like you analyze the situation to figure out what's the best way to
Best thing to
go.
do.
You know what I'm saying? Not everything require violence immediately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Before the slap, there's loud talking before the slap. So maybe we need to
I
de-escalate
don't know
before the
what's
slap
going on.
got there.
Cause I've seen a lot of people get killed, a lot of people in jail for defending something they shouldn't even got themselves into.
Yeah.
It's like, you ain't know what's going
But
on.
it's also the guy, like, if you're that highly emotional and unstable, you shouldn't be out here with a loaded firearm. That's a whole nother
That's a
discussion.
deep
You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
rabbit
Like, you ready to take, we are too willing to kill each other. We're too willing to take a life in this day and age over nothing. For real, it's all emotion. It's all emotion. So yeah, like, all of that needs to be checked. All of that needs to be checked.
You speaking on the value of life. So back to brotherhood again. If you don't see someone like you or in your community that has the same interest in decisions that you're making as a brother or as life, if you don't see that as something that's precious, you're going to treat it like trash. So what we see is us committing anti-black activities, right? As far as us as men. So if we see anti-black activity happening, do we say, I ain't gonna get involved in something that's anti-black? No, you got to get involved in it. Now, how you gonna do it is up to you, and that shouldn't be judged. Now, as a man, you shouldn't be judging another man with their action. Somebody is going to sit there and say, I'm not gonna get involved in it. I'm gonna wait. I may just call the authorities. Another person, I'm gonna jump head first in there. I can't judge neither one of them. But when you go to war, somebody gonna die, somebody gonna live. But we got to make sure that the victory is there. So that's.
I ain't finna die for no random.
No,
He might pull a gun over me. You shouldn't be in this. You are right. I shouldn't. He pull a gun on me. You right. You know what? You right. I'm gonna go ahead on this.
Hey, I'm gonna pray for you, sister.
I ain't getting shot. I don't know you. I ain't getting shot over you.
Oh, that's what you said?
Yeah, man. Yeah, independent.
You gotta make it home. That's what my baby tells me every day. As long as you make it home to me, that's my goal every day. I go out there, I can conquer do whatever. I come across crazy stuff all the time, especially where I'm at now. All the time, like it's treacherous out here. Just driving, you know what I'm saying? She said, just make it home. You know what I mean? So I'm on high alert. I'm already very observational and dominant within my peripheral, you know what I mean, within my vicinity. I'm very dominant because I got to make it back home, you know what I mean? So yeah,
Can I ask you a question on that though? So do you feel like other cultures or other communities are walking around high alert, or is that just us?
I don't really know about other
That's just
cultures. But we've been under the target for a long time. I ain't not going back to the victim, but I'm just saying that's where we are.
See, I asked that question.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
You good. I was gonna say I asked that question because if we constantly, when we walk out the door, we're living on high alert, paranoia, anxiety. How are we making rational decisions? So I like to, that's where we come back to self-development, is where knowing yourself and knowing what your capacity of trauma is, knowing what your capacity of anger or seeing something that you don't like, you have to know that. Because if so, you can be walking out here and see something that's going to make you fly off the handle, so you can't come back home because you know I can't stand to see no child get taken or seeing this happen. So I know if I see this, I'm going to have to react. But that goes back to communication. Your family got to know the type of person you are. Your brothers got to know the type of person you are.
And don't put me in a situation where I got to react a certain way.
There you go. And my wife definitely knows, man. She a lot of the stuff for real, she hated. She hates the fact that I'm so communal that I willingly. I ain't gonna lie, I willingly put myself at risk for a lot of things, but I've de-escalated a lot of situations. I'm trained on that because of my security background. My size helps, and a whole lot of things go into this, and my love for the community is the driving factor. Like, I make decisions logically, I bring my head, but everything I do is from the heart. You know what I'm saying? So she hates a lot of that about it because the main thing she cares about is me. You know what I mean? So we probably need to tap into that a little bit more too, because who are you, trying to be the hero? You putting yourself more so at risk. And then what's For what? You know what I mean? Like, really? Like, for what? You don't know these people?
I be thinking about that
All the time, bro.
I think about that all the time.
All the time.
And I think, kind of going back to what Wes was talking about, because I like the way you put that, like, us as black men, or I can't say, from my perspective, I am paranoid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that. Like, I switch up my movements and things so much. And people be like, yo, who after you? I like, it's not, it could be people I don't even know.
Yeah.
That could be like, you know what I'm saying? Or people that I do know, that I just don't know their intentions.
Yeah.
And just switch it up. So, but it's crazy to have to think like that. And the fact that you brought it up, I never thought about it like, yo, like, that's not a normal way to think. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a normal way to think, man.
Do you think that way, G?
Like, get like nervous?
No, like, are you on
Alert
and like aware of your surroundings? And
Yeah, around niggas.
Yeah, exactly.
So even in that. So
Yeah, only around niggas.
Only around?
Only around niggas. That's the only one.
Seriously?
I'm telling you, ask my opinion.
No, I'm asking. Yes,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
asking.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yo, no, I be alert on around white people, yo. And
Me too.
because I grew up in a white school, I experienced racism. Me and Wes went to the same elementary school, yo. And you know, I experienced racism as a youngster, and like kids throwing rocks at you and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not to white people, but like, yo, like, because of that experience and stuff like that, and then other things I seen where it's like stuff seemed to skate by with them, but when it come to us, it get addressed.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Nah, I make sure I keep I'm always on alert. You know what I'm saying?
I'm more comfortable with niggas because I know what I pretty much
thought
know what
process.
niggas was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the other cultures, I don't really know too much. And I lived with a white family. I have experience with racism and stuff as well. But I'm just more comfortable at home. You know what I mean? With my, what I mean by that, I'm more comfortable with my people. And that's how that's how it should be. Like, we have an understanding. There's a mutual understanding. Like, I truly don't think that you want to do me harm. You know what I mean?
Look at you, man.
I don't think you want to do me harm, bro.
But see, I think we talk about two different type of people though. Black people and so-called niggas is two different type of people.
Because
we
I
talk
only
about-
bring my pistol around like O Block. I don't bring my pistol out in short pump.
But sometimes you might have to, because
Nah.
you know, what I'm saying is
Hey,
that
who the bad shooting up the most and stuff like that, yo?
Black people. Black and black crime. There's a lot of mass shootings.
Boy, you lost.
No,
You lost. Let's
How am I lost?
You lost, bro.
No.
How am I lost?
Continue. Brother, this
You ain't told me
this
how
is
I'm
why
lost.
we need brotherhood.
absolutely.
We need more
Brotherhood.
accountability and truth. We don't need
That
brotherhood
is-
of lying to each other. It's the
that-
truth.
No, black
on black crime.
Black on black crime is happening. We talk about mass shootings, people going shoot malls and
Genocides
stuff.
and
People
stuff like
shooting
that.
Movie theaters and schools and all that stuff.
Stores and all
That's a
that
small
shit.
portion.
Nah,
That's just glorified because they brainwash it in the news.
No, time
They
out.
never talk about O Block. They never talk about all the black and black crimes
No,
because they don't
time out,
they keep you emotional like this.
You talk about white on white crime.
They don't?
Time out. I'm saying if you're gonna bring your pistol, take your pistol everywhere.
Right.
And don't just take it in the hood.
I won't get shot and run white
How do you
nigga.
know?
Crazy.
Because they getting shot in O Block. They getting shot in the hood.
Boy, that is just what you. Oh my
I'm trying to, the
That's his
news.
perspective, though.
It's the news.
That's
All I
not-
see on the news is they trying to keep you emotional that black people are just getting killed by white people everywhere.
That's the
But we're
news.
getting killed by each other.
So white people has implanted it in your head that black people are killing black people.
No, I see it.
That's news.
I see it. No, I see it.
But yo, nah, bro.
My funeral, the funeral I've gone to, they've been niggas getting killed by gangs about other black people.
So
I've been to a funeral. I've never been to a funeral
that
where
just
a white
means
man
that-
has killed a black. I haven't been to a funeral yet.
That just means that you're around more black people.
I haven't seen it. But where the
Boom.
funeral is?
That's it.
Where's that funeral? Have you been to a funeral where white men have killed a black
Information is
dude?
based off
I've been to a
proximity,
funeral where white people have killed white people.
Yes.
Yeah, they killed it. Yeah,
Yeah. So
they haven't killed black people. They white people
So
killing
you
white
saying
people.
they don't kill?
I didn't say they don't. I think we're just so focused on white people killing black people that it's not that.
What I'm saying is, if you gonna carry your
it's
pistol,
small. It's
you
so
carry
small.
your pistol
What I'm
everywhere.
It's
What
short.
I'm hearing
I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm not saying it's not happening, but I think it's more of us killing us than rather white people killing. I think so.
I agree with that because we around
Alright,
each other
so
the
that's-
most.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
that's your
Yeah.
We
perspective.
around each other the most.
That's the truth.
Just like
It's
it's
your truth.
more white people killing white people than black people killing white
black
people.
people. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just saying our enemy is most of it is the other black nigga that's killing us, not the white man. I think it's not.
But those are the ones that's killing each other the most. 'Cause
Thank
we're
you,
in
that's what I'm
proximity.
saying.
But what I'm telling you is,
What?
if I'm gonna carry my pistol, I'm carrying my pistol everywhere.
Everywhere.
Not just
Yeah.
because I'm going
I
to the
agree with
hood
that.
or whatever. Like, you show up on mall, man. I'm gonna tell you, and I realized like Virginia is like the highest population of human trafficking out of like any state in the United States.
Yeah, like here in DC.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like yo, it's crimes and stuff happening everywhere.
Everywhere.
If you got it on you, don't just selectively pick where you gonna take it.
Yeah, what you
Have
call
that
it?
mud
Yeah.
everywhere.
I mean, I agree with that. I agree with that part.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you ain't right for carrying it in there.
I'll retract that one. Yeah, I should bring a pistol everywhere.
This is the importance of brotherhood because we need to have more of that type of discussion. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't an attack. Everybody has their perspective, and that's how we. If we can't communicate, going back, if we can't communicate, then we'll never find those fine lines where it's like, let's make it make sense, make some understanding about it. You know what I'm saying? And then now we can work together. Now we can do something. So of course, men need men, bro. I appreciate all the fellas. Silent Sound, thank you for coming on to the podcast, brother.
Appreciate
know
you,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Been a long time coming, man.
We're gonna put his links in the
Yeah.
description.
Subscribe, man. Subscribe, follow
to
all that.
his YouTube, his audio platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of that good stuff. And we're gonna put the link to his new book, The 3 Ps,
Yes, indeed.
right up in the description
Yes,
as
sir.
well. If you want to go ahead and give him a little spill on the book or anything, go ahead and do that right now. Bobby.
So yeah, you can get the book at thesilentstore.com. It's the 3 Ps, the keys to having better days. That's peace, positivity, and perspective. Just like these conversations right here, you have to look out for other perspectives so that you can get better understanding of yourself and other people as well. So that book is a short read, but it's packed with valuable content to be able to help you strengthen your mindset so that you can endure the chaos of the world and find peace within yourself. So the silentstore.com, you can go to my Instagram, the #1 Silent Sound. You can get it and check it out. And the Silent Conversations podcast, that's where we speak about self-development, specifically these type of conversations on a higher level in the sense of the mindset that goes into the decisions that we make. So we definitely want to tap into that. That's the Silent Conversations podcast. I appreciate y'all as always, man.
Appreciate you,
Yeah,
man.
right.
It's been beautiful.
Appreciate you. This ain't gonna be the last one, man. This
Right.
ain't gonna be the game. KB.
See FMF on the Silent Conversations
Yes, sir.
podcast.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Coming soon.
Hey, y'all take care of peace.
Peace.
Yep.